Well, the more times this martial arts event comes around, the more I actually realize that I really do like this event. And it's not because I'm ranking high. I mean, last time I was sitting at 134. I was a little bit late on those final attacks, meaning that I didn't really have a chance to go and get myself into that top 64. So we'll talk about that in a second, but first a word from today's partner. Loot Fiend is a dark fantasy idle RPG featuring deep strategy and exciting loot grinding. You can explore immersive worlds and dungeons full of epic action-packed PvE and PvP adventures. But what I really like is the progression system. This isn't one of those games your first time logging in, there's 20 different things to click on. This is going to be one of those games where you have to earn your next unlockable, and usually it's going to come with a pretty big power boost. So far from playing this though, everything seems to be running pretty smooth. I mean, the animations look good. I actually really like the graphics on this, like the whole dark fantasy style look to it, and nothing's actually frozen up or crashed on me, so that's always a big win compared to some of the other games I played. Oh, and if you like smashing through enemies, continuous gear drops, all with this fun art style here, then I think I found the game for you. So once again, the game's called Loot Fiend. I'm gonna have a download link both in the pinned comment and in the description too. Once you download it, come find me. We can either join up, conquer together, or I guess I could take you down and destroy you. So that one actually was a lot of fun. I did grind it for about 4 hours. Give it a try. I think you guys will like it too. But back to what we were talking about here. I do want to say also, I think a lot of people were kind of wondering, like, how did Rain take first place again? Because her first attack there was going up against, I think it was Troon Gaming here, was sitting at 3.68 trillion, and then Rain sitting at 2.57. So a lot of people look at that CP number and go, oh, they're the higher one, they should definitely win. But probably one of the most informed players in this game. I mean, there's a few of them out there, but Rain is very knowledgeable on this. I've actually gone and asked for advice myself plenty of times, and it definitely makes sense why she would have beaten somebody a good power level above her. So congrats to her once again. I probably will never see that first place rank, but it's nice to see other people get it. But back to what I was saying with this whole martial arts tournament, I've gotten enough of these green cubes. I did go and get them this time again here, just because I have so much currency, still have some left over. We've gotten the outfit, but the big reason behind this, I've talked about before, is those elite packs, and getting 50 of these things is freaking huge. I mean, when this game first started dropping these things, they were very tough to get. We need them for going and upgrading our heroes, and obviously the nodes inside our legacies there, and it was an absolute pain to hunt these things down. It was like you were starving and you saw a piece of food on the street and you were like, I need that, I'm going after it, I don't care if it's rolling around in dirt. These things are pretty much that dirty food that you would eat. Probably not the best analogy, but now that I have so many of these things, and we also have both of our heroes setting up at Mythic +2, I'm not needing it for any more of those. And really what I've been doing in the past day or so is just kind of racking up on my gold, going in here to the actual legacies, starting off at the lowest one just because they're going to make the most sense to go in, but just pumping into these and just going and force feeding them here, gemming them away, or I should say golding them away, and just going and increasing my CP by a good amount. I was just at 536 billion, and going in with this now, you can see we're quickly increasing this. It doesn't really take a lot on it, and the fact that we have so many of these, this is a nice easy way to just kind of boost that CP overall. I've already got them all maxed out on my Ghost Legacy, and then the Night one here, I think I might have a little bit of a spot on it. Yeah, I've got all those things done up, it's just the skills on that. So I'm kind of working my way through the other ones. I believe I have some spots inside the Ranger I could also take them up, but once again, I'm lacking on that gold there, so tomorrow I'll come back in and do this again. Now, I wouldn't just come right in here, buy 50 of these things, and do exactly like I did. Go over to the Legacy and start pumping into those global HP, attack, and defense, and getting the percentages on those. First thing I would definitely recommend you want to do is make sure whichever hero you're using for your build on it, take that thing up to Mythic +2. That I believe uses up 50 of the elite packs, so I'd probably find out by going and recycling here. Yeah, 50 of them it's going to take on that. That's going to probably be one of your main priorities to do. And once you get that done and out of the way, I still wouldn't go and hit those. I would find whatever active legacy you're doing and work on the skills besides those in the center row that are going to benefit that hero that you're using. Clearly, I am a little bit further than others, and the fact that I have the Ghost done, I have the Skeleton done, the Ranger here, we're pretty freaking close on that one too. At least for those R1s that you're not using as your main legacy, at least unlock that center tier on it, and once you finally get to the point on that, then yeah, then you can start pumping into those things overall. But even with getting those divine weapon cubes, getting those elite packs, I'm still left over with some currency, and I've actually been thinking to myself, what should I be using this on for the rest of what I have? I mean, I did get the God of War outfit. I'm not really worried about stacking levels on that, but I think what I'm actually going to do is pump into that boot Capybara on there. That's the right way you should be saying it. Stupid as Capybara on it, but not so much on the actual mount. I mean, we are going to be getting a global attack plus the speed, the ignore suppression, but I think I actually want to go and pump it into the awaken. The fact that I am going to be getting a lot of this leftover currency over time, and this is a pretty nice setup to have on here, especially if we get it to that awaken 10, to have that chance to go and stun or silence your enemy. I mean, the final damage reduction and the shield isn't terrible for this thing if you did go for the mountain. Like I said, the attack, the speed, everything else is going to help too. But that's my kind of thought process of what I want to do when going into this thing and having all this leftover radar to go and spend on something. If I can just kind of focus myself on that, that could be an easy way to go and get an awaken plus 10 for an immortal mount. Clearly, depending on where you are in the game, some things might be better for you, like that whole Epic Legacy box there. But given that we have these SS heroes and those still aren't inside this, it doesn't really seem like something that's a good go for me. And obviously we're going to be getting the duo mode, the co-op mode of the whole martial arts tournament, so no idea if we're going to be seeing changes to this actual rewards pool in here, if that's going to be a totally separate one from what we see right now, or if everything's just going to be the same old, and this is what we're going to be dealing with for the next 5 years of playing this game. But really the reason I'm making this video is to remind you that these elite packs, getting 50 of these things in here is absolutely huge, and you can do a lot of things with them, and not to mention the whole increase to your CP overall. But I don't know if you saw the video from yesterday, I hacked into the Chinese App Store, downloaded their version of Capybara Go. I've been grinding that too. I think I'm on like chapter 8 right now. I know, I'm killing it. I do have one piece of epic gear. It's not S grade, but if you want to know all about that and why I went through the hoops to go and do that, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.